Welcome to Music with Purpose. My name's Lisa Catherine. This is Seth Adams. You are going to really be in for a treat. Enjoy.
This first song is called Anytown. This is where the angels fell, driven to the brink of hell, and the stories they will always tell could write themselves. There's a castaway upon the cross, bastardizing what he lost, and taking from the girl who'll never sing tonight. It's a day for disbelieving. This could happen here in any town. Love is never leaving if we're around in any town. This is where the heroes were, with all the valor they have earned. They stood against the ugliness that burns on the other side. It's a day for disbelieving. This could happen here in any town. Love is never leaving. We're around in any town. Instead they never stand in silence, watch it all burn down. Some love was in defiance on the ground in any town. This is where the memories dwell, something to remember well. We can tell the stories to remind ourselves. It's a day for disbelieving. This could happen here in any town. Love is never leaving if we're around any town.
Hi, you've tuned into Music with Purpose. We are back with Seth. We get to talk to you a little bit before we get to hear more of your music. Welcome.
Thanks.
Really great to hear you and to see you and to have you here. And I think in Seth podcast style, I should offer full disclosure, right?
Yeah.
We met a million years ago. Working
It's
together.
a million and one.
Million and
but
one
yeah,
years ago.
Right.
Yep. And I remember you talking about you were doing music and you were playing then, you were a teenager, so you were probably starting to play in a band then?
Oh yeah, I've been playing since I was a wee little one. Probably about 8 or 9 years old.
I think I saw 5 years old somewhere when you started singing in a chorus.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
But look at your type of music and your style of music and your bio, your accolades are crazy. I love Robert Cray. You opened for Robert Cray.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was kind of a last minute thing actually.
Local, or where were you, on the road?
I actually was on the road. I was on tour, and my friend Eric called me up, who was in another band, and he said, "Would you be interested in opening up for Robert Cray?" I was like, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yeah, we can't do it. Do you wanna take the gig?" It was on the New Haven Green, their summer concert series, which draws a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I said, "Absolutely. There's no discussion. We'll do it." So it was really cool. They were nice guys too.
Oh, nice.
Really cool. Nice
to
people.
hear. But you've gotten awards. It's a Volkswagen. You have a song called "Get Out."
Yeah, I was licensed to Volkswagen back in the old days when iPod connections were kind of up and coming. And I think it was 2007. They were featuring that feature in their new models, an iPod connection, and they had about 40 or 50 unsigned artists playing through the iPod as they toured the new models around the country. So that they had the iPod playing in all the vehicles, and we were on what is now known as a playlist. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've been touring,
dadding.
Dadding, yep, you're a dad.
Dadding, playing, writing.
Podcast.
And a podcast. Doing a podcast now. I started up because I didn't have enough on my plate as it was already. Just trying to keep busy and take every opportunity I can.
Well, you are a full-time musician.
Mm-hmm.
You're don't have a full-time job and you play gigs. You are a full-time professional career musician. So
Yep.
you're super, super busy, which is great.
Yeah.
And you started when you were 5 in school at a chorus. Choruses at 5.
The chorus is in my school. My music teacher, Mrs. Oblon, I used to take her. Well, I think everybody took music classes. They kind of rounded out the education amongst the youngsters, and I was just always drawn to music, and I wanted to do as much as I possibly could, get involved in every project I could when I was a kid, whether it was singing or playing something. And I mean, I was lucky that the school system provided that. I think that's missing from a lot of schools nowadays, unfortunately. But there was a good music program in my elementary school and in my middle and high school, and I was able to, fulfill my wants, so to speak.
You grew up here in Wallingford?
I did. I grew up in Wallingford. Sometimes it's weird to be back here.
You're with us. That's awesome.
In a good way.
That's good. That's good. Well, we're proud that we could say you're from Wallingford, for sure.
I done us proud.
Yes, you have. Your music style has changed since when you were younger to now, and I know, listening to your songwriting now, it really is heartwarming, really heart touched. It comes from the heart. How did things change? For one time it was more metal and grunge, and now you're a different type of music. What
I think
inspired you to change?
There's a lot of things that got me into music, but as funny as it sounds, the thing that made me want to play music was Motley Crue.
Okay.
And I will forever love Motley Crue. But I got into some kind of like pop metal stuff and progressive metal, and then I had a formal education, and I played formal pieces, like classical and big band pieces through the schools. And then on my off time away from school was more rock and roll stuff. So by the time I was in my teens, I really kind of melded the two. I appreciated those big orchestral pieces, and I appreciated rock songs. So I started getting into jazz and more classical stuff, not necessarily playing it, but just listening to it and appreciating it. And it dawned on me that no matter what I was listening to, and at the time too, and when I was in high school, punk and ska and grunge were really big, and even hip hop was like really breaking through in the 90s, and I just started to appreciate everything for what it was. That no matter what style of music it is, there's something to be learned from it. Mm-hmm. And eventually, in my own travels of life, I just gravitated more towards kind of storytelling music, like Americana, a little bit of folk rock. I mean, I'm still a rocker at heart, but it has to have, the songs have to have meaning and storytelling. Counting Crows was a profound influence on me, as was Sunvolt and Wilco, and that's the kind of stuff that I landed at, and that has permeated my last probably 15 years playing music. So
I love listening to it. I came across your music video, Anytown, which you played your first, we got to hear already.
Yeah.
Definitely a great music video. Getting to listen to your music and read the lyrics, it's really, really important, good stuff from the heart.
And my direction of writing now is more to, I feel it's like an obligation for me anyway, as an artist, to reflect upon the times that we live in, and no matter what side of the aisle you may fall on, I hope that I can write something that's insightful to make people think, and that's really what it's about.
Speaking of making people think, your guitar.
Oh yeah.
And there's something on your guitar that I know has meaning. Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
What's the story behind?
I just
for those that didn't see it, he showed. But did you guys see what was on the guitar? It says, "This machine kills hate."
I wrote that in honor of Woody Guthrie's sticker that he had on his guitar. It's kind of a famous thing. He wrote, "This machine kills fascists," and I'm not necessarily pro killing, but the idea being that using music as a means to kind of conquer hate, to spread positivity. I'm just kind of drawn to that. I know, again, I don't want to say anything offensive to anyone. I know these are kind of difficult times for many of us to live in, and I think music has an opportunity to play a part in relieving people of their pain, to help them look past what's in front of them, to look towards hope. And the week that the president was elected, there was a event that I played at, and I just, spur of the moment, just wrote on my guitar that this machine kills hate. It was my way of saying that music is positivity, that we can fight that we can fight with love. And I kind of kept it on the guitar. It's been rewritten a few times. It's faded off, but
I think it's great. And again, the name of the show, Music with Purpose, it's just such a...
It lines up.
It certainly is aligned with what we're here for and what we like to share. What are your goals with your music?
My goals have changed over the years. I mean, I'm a little bit older now, and I have a family. I just want to write good songs, and I hope that people can gravitate towards them. And if I could just go out and play them, to 5 people or 500 people. I used to have delusions of grandeur, to borrow a phrase from a movie, of playing arenas and stuff. But in a more realistic term, I just want to travel and meet people, travel the country, possibly the world, and just bring these songs, my views on life, and hopefully make people feel better.
That's a great goal. That's a really great goal. Is there a certain way you want people to feel I mean, I feel uplifted when I listen to all your music.
I hope people are uplifted. I want them to feel... I don't want them to feel anything. I want them to feel the way they want to feel.
There you go.
But ultimately, I think I would like people to glean their own interpretations from the songs. I wrote a song called Who's America that is very critical of our current situation. And if you read it quickly, you could probably think that it was from a different perspective. It's almost like it's a parody song, in a way. And I know people that have opposing views from me that still appreciate the song. And that's a great, I don't know if it was necessarily a goal, but that was a great thing for me to accomplish, to write something from this perspective and have someone appreciate it from the other perspective, because it's reaching out, it's touching people, it's advancing the conversation. So again, I don't want people to necessarily feel a specific way, only that they get something out of it themselves.
Thank you for sharing your time and your talent and
Thank you.
A little chat with us. I know we're all anxious to hear more music, so I'm going to let us get back to the music. Anything else you wanted to say to an inspiring musician? Or
to aspiring musicians, learn as much as you possibly can, do as much as you possibly can, and definitely do not compare yourself to anybody else. Follow your own path.
Good advice. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. This is a song I wrote, half of it in Milwaukee in a hotel room, and the other half on a train ride from the Metro North from New York City back home to Connecticut. She wasn't my wife at the time, but I was thinking about her, and I wrote this song called Settle Down.
On a train ride, this boxcar takes forever. Another stop here and wherever all these other people go. It was a good time playing in the city. Something here within me just can't wait to get on home. When you're on my mind and I'm on the road, I know I'll never be alone. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Hotel windows, living from a suitcase. Like the folks in this place, I sure do miss the ones back home. Miles of highways, something more familiar. I don't remember what the words were, but they always bring me home. When you're on my mind and I'm on the road, I know I'll never be alone. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Oh, just another 100 miles until the borderline. And we got all this time. Just another few more hours until the day. When you're on my mind and I'm on the road, I know around. You make me want to settle down. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Caught up in a moment when you realize everything that you wanted was a lie. After all this time, walls and walls that fill your head, circling around you spin. When the daylight comes, there's a new way to begin. For all the times that you tried, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. Hesitation when the absolute of love is on your side. I swear that you'll be fine. And I know it's not that easy, and it damn well feels insane when you have to start yourself over again. For all the times that you tried, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. All you want is a life in love, in time to find all the real ones on your side. Yeah. For all the times that you tried, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. Oh, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. Thanks for being here. If I wasn't talking before, it was because I'm just trying to save my voice. It's been a long, arduous past 3 weeks. This is a song off my latest record. This is called Sweet Memories. Mother, you don't know me, but I'm wishing you some peace. day has left you lonely in a time of need. For someone to comfort you and listen to the words that you speak when all your hope is gone. Just keep holding on to sweet memories. When all your hope is gone, just keep holding on to sweet memories. Father, I'm a stranger, but I recognize your pain. There is nothing short of anger when the steam plays out again. Another world of sadness fills your heart. Tears are on your face when all your hope is gone. Just keep holding on to sweet memories. When all your hope is gone, just keep holding on to sweet memories. How many times should children lose their fathers? And how many times can we do this to one another? I don't pray to Jesus, but I pray we love each other because we can. Because we can. People, I'm your neighbor, and so you are mine. And how we treat each other is defining of our time. I don't have the answers to all the world's questions. Someone said to me, when all your hope is gone, just keep holding on to sweet memories. When all your hope is gone, just keep holding on to sweet memories. With all that's come and gone, just keep holding on to sweet memories. With all that's come and gone, we shall overcome with sweet memories.
And thank you, Seth, very, very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your talent and your time with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, we hope you have a life filled with music, peace, and happiness. Thanks, Seth.